Most of you walk through life reacting to a script you never wrote. You enter a room, and within 3 seconds, your brain has already surrendered. You look for a smile, you look for a nod, you look for a reason to belong. You are begging for permission to exist in a space that doesn't even know you're there. This is why you are overlooked. This is why your words carry no weight. This is why you are a piece and not a player. Today we dismantle that. We are moving beyond the surface level advice of eye contact and posture. We are entering the realm of invisible intrusion. This is the art of controlling a room before you even utter a single syllable. In the circles of elite intelligence and high-stakes social engineering, this is known as the ghost protocol. Communication is not 10% words and 90% body language. Communication is 100% frame control. The elite don't enter a room to be seen, they entered a map. Think about the last time you walked into a high-end event or a tense meeting. Your eyes likely darted from face to face, searching for safety. The master of shadow intelligence does the opposite. When you cross that threshold, do not look at the people. Look at the architecture. Look at the space between the people. Look at the ceiling height, the lighting, the exits. Why? Because when you scan the environment instead of the occupants, you send a primal predatory signal to every brain in that room. You are communicating that the environment belongs to you, and the people are merely guests within it. You are not searching for validation. You are evaluating your territory. This creates an immediate information vacuum. People will begin to project their own insecurities onto your silence. They will ask themselves, who is this person? Why are they so unbothered? What do they know that I don't? By the time you finally decide to speak, the hierarchy has already shifted. You have claimed mental territory without firing a single shot. This isn't about being arrogant. It's about being strategically unreadable. While everyone else is busy performing for each other, you are the only one who is truly present. You become a gravitational force. People will find themselves leaning toward you, lowering their voices when you speak, and seeking your approval without even knowing why. This is the first secret of dark communication. The power isn't in what you say, it's in the silence you create before you say it. If you can master the first 3 seconds of entry, you have already won the next 30 minutes of conversation. You aren't just entering a room. You are rewriting the script of everyone inside it. And this is just the beginning. We are about to go deeper into the psychological mechanisms that make people reveal their deepest secrets, just to fill the void you've created. Are you ready to see the strings, or do you want to keep dancing? If the first secret was about claiming territory, the second is about dismantling defenses. Most people try to influence others by appearing perfect, invincible, and hyper-competent. They polish their image until it's a mirror of success. But here is the dark truth. Perfection breeds suspicion. When you meet someone who seems to have no flaws, your subconscious mind doesn't feel admiration. It feels a red alert. It asks, what are they hiding? To bypass the natural human defense mechanism against manipulation, you must use the calculated admission. This is the Trojan Horse of Honesty. Instead of hiding your cracks, you strategically choose one small, harmless flaw to reveal early in the interaction. It could be a minor admission of past failure, a harmless quirk, or even a small mistake you just made in front of them. When you do this, something powerful happens in the other person's brain. Their ego immediately feels a surge of superiority. They think, if this person is honest enough to admit this embarrassing detail, they must be honest about everything. You have effectively hacked their trustometer. You are no longer a threat. You are a relatable, real person who has just handed them an advantage. But make no mistake, this isn't about being vulnerable. It's about being calculating. You are not showing your true weaknesses. You are manufacturing a relatable front to lower their guard. Once their suspicion is neutralized by your honesty, the path is cleared for your real agenda. Because they now believe you are transparent, they will stop looking for the strings you are pulling. They will start to open up, sharing their own vulnerabilities, their own secrets, and their own goals, believing they are in a safe mutual exchange. In intelligence circles, this is how you build an asset. You give them a small truth to buy their entire reality. You are not telling the truth to be good. You are using the truth to build a cage of trust around them. They will walk into it willingly, grateful for your authenticity, while you now hold the keys to their deepest motivations. You've invited them into your world by pretending to expose yours. Now, the question isn't if they will follow you, but how far they will go to protect the honest connection they think they've found. This is the ultimate infiltration. To be trusted by the very person you are strategically influencing. If you want to extract the truth from someone, stop asking questions. Questions are an interrogation. They put people on the defensive. They give the other person time to calculate, to filter, and to lie. To get the pure gold of information, you must use the false consensus hook. Ever find yourself in a conversation, wishing you knew what the other person was really thinking? It's not about mind reading. It's about understanding human psychology. Today, we're diving into 3 powerful techniques that will transform you into an expert information gatherer. Whether you're in a business negotiation, a job interview, or just trying to understand someone better. Let's get started. First up is the ego exploit. Everyone has an ego, a sense of self-importance. When you make someone feel valued and respected, they naturally open up. The key is genuine, specific praise. Instead of saying, "You're smart," try something like, "The way you analyzed that data was brilliant. How did you spot that trend?" You're not just flattering them. You're showing you paid attention. This makes them feel like an expert, and experts love to share their knowledge. Ask them for advice or their opinion on something they're passionate about. You'll be amazed at how much they reveal when their ego is in the spotlight. Now let's talk about the opposite of talking, strategic silence. This is a technique called the information vacuum. Most people are incredibly uncomfortable with silence. When a conversation hits a pause, their instinct is to fill it. You can use this to your advantage. After you ask a question, or after they finish a sentence, just wait. Don't rush to speak. Count to 3 or 4 in your head. The other person will often feel the need to elaborate, to add more details, to clarify their position, simply to break the silence. This is where the real gold is. They might reveal their motivations, their concerns, or the very piece of information you were looking for, all without you having to ask a follow-up question. It's a subtle but incredibly effective way to let them do the talking for you. The third technique is called neural synchronization. Have you ever noticed how you start to mirror the energy of the people around you? If someone is excited, you feel more energetic. If they're calm, you start to relax. This is a natural human tendency. You can intentionally guide the emotional tone of a conversation by controlling your own state. If you want someone to open up and feel comfortable, speak in a calm, steady, and empathetic tone. Use open body language. Make them feel safe. This synchronization lowers their defenses. On the other hand, if you need to create a sense of urgency, injecting controlled energy and passion into your voice can rally people to your cause. You are essentially setting the emotional stage, making the other person more receptive to sharing information because they feel emotionally aligned with you. Let's put these together in a real-world scenario. Imagine you're in a job interview. The interviewer asks, "Tell me about a challenge you faced." First, use the ego exploit. You might say, "That's a great question. It reminds me of a project I admired at your company, the one on market expansion. The strategy was fascinating. I imagine the team faced some complex challenges there. You've just complimented their company and shown interest. Now when you answer their question about your own challenge, you can use the information vacuum. After you explain the situation and your solution, just stop talking. Let there be a moment of silence. The interviewer might feel compelled to ask a more specific follow-up or share their own perspective. giving you insight into what they truly value in a candidate. Throughout this whole exchange, you're using neural synchronization by maintaining a calm, confident, and engaged tone, making the interviewer feel comfortable and connected with you. You're not just answering questions. You're building a rapport and gathering crucial information about the role and the company culture. These techniques aren't about manipulation. They're about effective communication and building deeper connections. By understanding the psychological drivers behind human interaction, you can navigate conversations with more skill and empathy. When you make people feel heard, valued, and understood, they are more willing to share their world with you. Practice these methods in your daily interactions. Start small. Try using strategic silence with a friend or giving a specific compliment to a colleague. You'll find that listening is often more powerful than speaking. To execute the thermostat effect, you must master the 10% rule. In any interaction, speak 10% slower and 10% quieter than the person across from you. When they lean in with high energy or aggression, do not meet them there. Stay anchored in your own calm. By refusing to match their heat, you create a psychological gravity well. They will find themselves lowering their voice, slowing their breathing, and leaning in just to hear you. You aren't just talking. You are literally slowing down their heart rate. You are shifting their brain from a state of fight or flight into a state of listen and follow. This is how you control the room without ever raising your voice. While others are burning energy trying to dominate with volume, you are dominating with stillness. But here is the dark secret. Once you have synchronized their rhythm to yours, you own their focus. Because their body has agreed to your pace, their mind becomes significantly more open to your suggestions. They are no longer a critic. They are a follower of the tempo you've established. You have effectively hacked their physiology to gain access to their logic. You aren't just a communicator. You are a biological engineer, and the room is your laboratory. Control your pulse, and you will control the world around you. Human beings have a desperate biological need for consistency. We are terrified of being seen as hypocrites, especially by someone who has already granted us a positive identity. This is the foundation of our sixth secret: identity labeling. Most people try to change others by asking, demanding, or criticizing. Can you be more loyal? Why aren't you being honest? This is a direct attack that triggers defiance. The master of shadow intelligence doesn't ask for a behavior. He labels it before it even exists. He builds a social prison and invites the target to step inside willingly. Here is how you execute this pure gold technique. When you want someone to act in a certain way, say you want a business partner to be transparent, you do not ask for transparency. Instead, you give them a gift of identity. You say, "The reason I enjoy working with you is your rare sense of integrity." You're one of the few people I've met who truly values their word over a quick profit. In that moment, you haven't just complimented them. You have handed them a heavy golden crown. Now they are trapped. For them to lie to you or betray you later, they would have to destroy the high-status identity you've just created for them. They would have to admit to themselves and to you that they are not the person of integrity they just agreed they were. This is the dark art of the positive trap. You aren't requesting a favor. You are giving them a heroic image to protect. The more public the label, the stronger the prison. If you label someone as unusually calm under pressure in front of others, they will fight their own biology to remain calm even when they are panicking inside, just to maintain the consistency of the label. You are effectively programming their future actions by defining their present character. You don't manage people, you manage the masks they wear. By choosing the mask for them, you ensure that every move they make serves your ultimate design, all while they believe they are simply being themselves. This is the ultimate form of influence, where the target acts against their own interests just to save the face you gave them. We have reached the end of the shadows, but for you, this is only the beginning. You now possess the 7 keys to a kingdom that most people don't even know exists. You have seen the strings, you have learned to breathe in the vacuum, and you have discovered how to turn the human ego into your most loyal informant. But here is the final, most important gold I will deliver to you today: the sovereign contract. This isn't a technique to use on others. It is a contract you sign with yourself. Look around you one last time. Every interaction you've had until today was dictated by your reactions. You were a shell, moved by the winds of other people's moods, their labels, and their manipulations. By mastering these 7 secrets, you have effectively taken the red pill. You are no longer a spectator in the game of power. You have become a sovereign. A sovereign is someone who cannot be manipulated because they know the mechanics of the manipulation itself. You are now indestructible because you see the why behind every what. However, this knowledge comes with a burden. Power, once obtained, must be exercised, or it will eventually turn against you. You have a choice today. You can close this video and pretend you didn't see the strings, returning to the comfort of your previous ignorance. Or you can grab the wheel of your own destiny. This is the moment of the final reveal. The reason I am sharing this pure gold with you isn't just to help you win a conversation or close a deal. It is to build an elite circle of individuals who refuse to be victims of the status quo. If you are still here, you are already part of that circle. But a circle only has power if its members are active. I want you to do 2 things right now to seal this contract. First, comment below with the word sovereign. This is your signal to the algorithm and to yourself that you are taking control. Second, hit the subscribe button not to support a channel, but to ensure that the next briefing reaches you before it reaches your competition. The world is a theater of shadows, and the lights are about to go out. You are no longer afraid of the dark. You are the one who knows how to navigate it. Welcome to the Shadow Intelligence. The game is now yours to play. I'll see you in the shadows.